I want to ask you guys a question. Will Canelo Alvarez get credit for Terence Crawford? As we know, that's a potential fight on the horizon, right? It's a potential fight. Canelo Alvarez has now come out recently and said that he's interested in the fight. And if it makes sense, pretty much it's a go, right? Check it out.
Terence Crawford all of a sudden. It's as if there's a lot of momentum, and now he's open to fighting you at 168 pounds. Is this an intriguing matchup for you? Are you serious? Could you seriously consider this fight if it's there for the taking for you?
Look, we don't. I respect Crawford. He's a great fighter, and I always say that. No disrespect him, but at the end of the day, I don't want to have credit to face Crawford, right? So no matter what, but you never know. You never know in boxing.
Absolutely.
I'll go up and down and fight everybody out there. So it's possible. Why not? It's possible. Why not?
You're a businessman, Canelo. I'm sure if it makes business sense, you'll.
If it makes sense, I'm down. Do it. I always.
And yeah, Canelo Alvarez is all in with Terence Crawford, but something tells me, based off of, I don't know if it's slight hesitation from Canelo, right? I'm not sure if he is as welcoming as I would like. Because normally, when Canelo fights guys 2 weight classes down, whatever the case, it's never this, if it makes sense, or I won't get any credit. You know, little keywords, buzzwords, buzz statements like that kind of dings a light bulb in my head. Like, wait a minute, are you saying that, what do you mean it has to make sense? Right? Terence Bud Crawford came out and said that this fight with Canelo will be the biggest fight in boxing. Bomac came out the other day and I did a video and they said that they're all in with it. That Crawford walks around close to that weight and they're gonna go to the classroom. They can start picking them apart. So Team Crawford probably gonna be somewhat already preparing for Canelo Alvarez just in case that opportunity comes. And what I mean by preparing is the trainers. They're gonna be in the classroom studying and looking for things that Crawford could exploit in Canelo Alvarez's game. But if Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fight, that will be the biggest fight in boxing. It'll be a historical matchup. I think it's one of those things to where Canelo should be a little bit more excited about it. Of course, he has to get past Jermell Charlo, so we must not get distracted. And the reason why I'm kind of pushing for Canelo, because I believe he'd be more likely to fight Crawford. I think for Jermell, it'll have to be an effort from the fans and the public and the media to really, really pressure him, because he say a lot of things that leads you to believe that he may or may not fight Terence Crawford. And Canelo's saying some things as well, but Canelo, he seems to be a little bit more straightforward. And I think that if he does get past Jermell Charlo, the question of Crawford will get brought up. They're going to be talking about Crawford all fight week. And it's going to be a situation to where Canelo Alvarez is going to have to say, yeah, we could fight. I hope I get credit for it or something like that. Will Canelo Alvarez get credit for Terence Crawford, though? I think he should. I mean, he fought other guys, Amir Khan. Did he expect credit from that? Right? John Wright or some of these guys that Canelo Alvarez fought in the past that fans didn't care about too much. Did he care about getting credit for that? No, I think this is a fight that should happen. Right? Some people may say, oh, Crawford's crazy. He's too small. This weight class reason. I get all that. But Canelo Alvarez is a guy who in stature isn't too far different from Terence Crawford, other than he's a stocky guy with more weight on him. Okay? But as far as height and length, they're about equal. Crawford has a longer reach, and he has a speed advantage. So where Canelo may have a power or weight advantage, Crawford will have the speed and agility advantage. So it may balance out, It may balance out. Crawford, of course, had to put on a little bit more size and things of that nature, right? Depending on how that matchup will play out. But if you ask me right now who will win, I would say Terence Bud Crawford, because pound for pound, I believe he's the more complete fighter, and I believe he's the better fighter. And I mean, Terence Crawford don't look like he's slowing down at all. He looked phenomenal in his fight against Errol Spence. Canelo Alvarez, well, they say he's on the decline. And I've been telling people that before everybody even saying it. And I know there's a slippage in Canelo's game, his speed. He's not as explosive, right? But he says it's something about a hand injury, that he's not on the decline. So we're going to see in this fight against Jermell Charlo, who I believe will show up for that fight. So, yeah, man, boxing is looking really good for this year. I think if we can get Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, I think that'd be a huge, huge treat for boxing fans. I think that'd be another historical matchup for Terence Bud Crawford. Historical matchup for Canelo Alvarez. It'd be a historical matchup for boxing. I mean, two of the best guys of this era competing against each other. Now, this is a weight class difference, but if Terence Crawford is all in with it, and I would like to believe that fans believe that Terence Crawford is a fighter that if anybody could do something like this, it's a guy like Terence Crawford. I don't think too many other guys can really do it something like this. But I think if there's somebody that can, it's Terence Crawford, right? I'm not saying he can go up to 168 and beat all those guys like Dave Morrell, Benavidez. They are way too big. But a guy like Canelo Alvarez, who originally started out at 147, who really, in my opinion, he's kind of small for 168 to a degree, right? He's short. Like if you see him in real life, I heard he's really short in real life, damn near 5'7". But he's a stocky guy. I don't know. I think it's a thing that can happen. Canelo seems to be on board with it. Of course, he has to kind of focus on Jermell. Don't want to get too distracted with Terence Bud Crawford. Terence Bud Crawford came out and told everybody that this will be the biggest fight in boxing. Like, subscribe, holla at your boy. Peace out.